Hello and back to the entire cities with just James. Today I wanted to do a different video, different type of video. I wanted to kind of look over some old hardware that I had in my collection. This is a system that I wanted to talk about today. It's a little dated, and with the renaissance of older hardware kind of coming into budget systems more and more frequently, with more and more gamers trying to build PCs and get away from consoles, and there's tons of different merchandise and stuff out there. Tons of different setups and builds you guys can do with PCs and stuff. I just wanted to do a review of what an older system can do today. So in front of us, we have a Dual Opteron system. It was gifted to me by a buddy of mine. He goes by the name of Fang. He had built the system, I believe, brand new back in 2012. This thing was a beast. It was 24 cores or 32 cores. I'm not sure what the exact setup he had in it originally, but we swapped out some parts. I spent about $40 on four processors, four Opteron processors. So I'm only using two. And currently we have in here, we have two 6328 Opteron processors. These run at 3.5 to boost core. I believe the boost, they should boost up to 3.8. I'm not 100%, but I do remember picking these specifically because they had the lower core count that a higher clock. And I know for gaming, that's what we wanted. Initially, this system was supposed to be for streaming. It was going to be a video editing computer when he gifted it to me about a year ago. Unfortunately, though, this system it can't hang. It can't do much of anything. So it's going to be kind of cool to see if it can play games. I didn't really game on it. I know it runs Overwatch, but I'll show you the performance on Overwatch. The main board is a KGP D16, which is, I guess, pretty common for these chips. You can get a custom BIOS installed on a super micro motherboard, but those running about $100 to $200 depending. And at that cost, I don't really see the point. Maybe if I get some more disposable income or something later on, I'll pick one of those up and kind of tinker, because I think that would be cool. But as it sits, we got the motherboard kind of set up with what it is. It's going to be running base. It's got max supported currently is X16, and I believe it's only running 8, but we'll see. We have 64 gigs of memory. It's absolutely absurd. It's 64 gigs of ddr3, 57 available because Windows is using some of it. But that's just bananas to me. That's just absolutely bananas. It has dual gigabit Ethernet ports. I'm only using one of those because my setup only has one of them. And the CPU is showing how many processes and handles and stuff like that. But it's going to have 8 cores. Logical threads is 16 is what it's claiming. This was in the dawn of AMD kind of lying to everybody about what it is. So those aren't quite accurate, but we'll leave it alone. And it's got the 3 sets of cache here, which is pretty cool. And for the graphics, we're running an R9 380. It's going to be the 4 gigabit model. It's not really overclocked or anything like that. It's just kind of, doing its thing right there. I am kind of curious, though. Max support is 16, but currently at X8. That's a little strange. I thought it was going to be at X16, but we'll see if that affects anything. All right, so I just wanted to show you guys what we're looking at there. As far as everything else goes on the system, we could look at the setup in hardware monitor. You could see all the different cores here. It's so cool to see that, though. Just all these cores just everywhere. So it's currently, if you hear a whining or a hum, it's very loud. They have 2 Dynamex, I believe. It's the brand Dynamex. Dynatron. Sorry, I actually just got up and looked. It's Dynatron. These fans howl so loud. So we're going to play some games. I just wanted to show what we're looking at. I do have it cloned between 2 monitors. I have a capture card capturing this footage, and I have the main PC, which shouldn't impact performance that much, but let us see. We'll start off with some Overwatch, which is the only game I currently don't have on Steam. So let's give it a shot. My memory, if my memory serves me correctly, we should have an okay time playing Overwatch. it should be pretty normal-ish, I would hope. We'll do this. We'll do a quick game of we'll just do quick play. Still getting those frame dips, but oof, some kind of bottleneck happening. But definitely a game on it for sure. I'm not really noticing a difference. You know what I never considered? I wonder if it's something to do with a sound card issue. I remember on old systems that used to be a real big problem. Ooh. Ooh. Hello. I'll take it. So you definitely could get some kills on this setup for sure. It's not ideal though. So at an average of roughly of about 90 frames a second, so I would wager to guess if you guys are playing on a 60 hertz monitor, you probably wouldn't. Hey, look at that. It's me. Next up, I wanted to do some EldenRing. So as you can see, we could still frag out in an Overwatch. So, and that, I mean, I play pretty competitively, so I think somebody could really do some damage on a budget with that system if that's all they had. Ding, ding, ding. Just hook it on my controller. We're gonna play some Elden on the system. I will start. It's been a hot minute since I played this game, so no telling what's gonna happen here. So we have EldenRing. I do believe that I have all the settings cranked up. I don't know where I am in the game. It's been a long time since I played this. What do we got for settings? Let's do everything on low and see what we get. Barely 60 FPS. So it's a medium. And maybe if we do... I'll try 1600 by 900 again, see. Yeah, we're not noticing any difference here. All right, so we're currently on medium settings. Averaging right around 40 frames and then just huge dips. Definitely not an experience I'd want to play EldenRing under. Definitely make it work though. Man. This would be rough. But 30 FPS for sure. The only other thing I could say is we will try doing some 720p. Yeah, as you can see, it's marginally better. Those Opterons are really struggling. I'd wager because the GPU is just going everywhere. And then option. Yeah. So, can't recommend playing this game with the R9 380 and the Opteron. It's just too sporadic. Even on the lowest settings, it doesn't change the experience. So, that'll be that. All right, next up is going to be... Let's try some Counter-Strike. We have Counter-Strike here. Couldn't get my overlay to run. That's okay. You can see on the bottom the frame rates and stuff. So definitely playable. This is dust though, so it's not that serious of a game. Low settings. 1080p native. I mean, you could definitely frag out and do some gaming on this for sure. Random weapons on. So, getting about 90 frames. I think if you dialed in some of your like control settings and stuff, you could definitely get used to this. All right, so I wanted to throw this game in here as well. This is a game I've been playing a lot of, so I'm sure a lot of budget systems would like to run this. It's a great free-to-play Smash Brothers type game. It's a good brawler. I've been having a lot of fun with it. A lot of good characters in it. Believe it or not, though, this game requires quite a bit to run consistently. This game does not run well on standard Xbox Ones at all. You barely get a consistent 30 frames a second. I've heard that PlayStation 4s also get pretty poor performance, which is strange when you consider it. But we have a mixture of medium-low settings with, I think, high textures. It's about what I'm used to from my my main system anyways. I have that all, you know, tuned up nicely. But anyways, we'll get into some gameplay to see if it is. Again, my overlay wouldn't work, so I had to throw up the in-game FPS counter. You'll see it on the medium, upper middle, on the right-hand side, upper right-hand side. It is kind of small though. But currently looking at 16 milliseconds for frame time, and it's a fixed 60 FPS for the game.
Prepare yourself. Must we test this again, Superman?
Yeah, see?
Play with me?
Oh my goodness. I may make a video on how much I hate Superman. Woo! We're getting some interesting frame pacing though.
Coming for you now. And they call me a clown.
Match point. Blue team. This isn't your kingdom.
Oh my god.
Black Adam strike.
Match point. Red team.
Don't test me, Kryptonian.
Defeat. I'm doing this for those who can't do it themselves.
Well, we lost that game. But
Maybe
I would say you can
teach some human
definitely
Continue.
get a pretty good romp out of this. Probably lower the settings even more. I know you could get the R9 380 to render this game really well. A little bit of resolution subtraction. But
Choose your
yeah, I just want to throw this in there. So I would say rough. It's a rough 60 FPS, 1080p. Yeah, we could probably go. I don't even know if texture quality high is even what would be causing it, but you can even lower that down to low. Shadow quality can go very low, which would probably be enough to get it to operate correctly. But that's what I would think. So I am genuinely blown away right now. I had to do some. I had to
Go to
do
the
some fiddling in order to get this to work. The R9 380 is a legacy card, but this is the Opteron running Battlefield 2042 with the GPU. So I haven't touched any of the settings. We're just gonna get right into it and just see what happens. I can't believe this game is running on this at all. But we'll see what happens in the game. I'm hopeful though. The game does run pretty well on original Xbox One hardware.
Need to secure more
I
territory.
am just impressed right now. I can't believe this is working. Definitely some low frame rate. But I want to say all the settings are probably cranked up.
to make this costly.
We'll see if it flushes itself out here. Sometimes when you first load into Battlefield games, it gets
Just
real.
captured Sector Charlie.
It's jumpy. But I am just blown away that it's using all of the CPU. It's using every single one of those CPUs.
Yeah.
This is playable. I can't believe this. I don't know what kind of foolery is going on right now, but
The enemy has taken Sector Delta. Hostile forces at Charlie 1.
I can't believe this right now. This is crazy. Look, I know the game hasn't gotten great reviews, but it is maxing the entire system. And that is just... that's juicy. I wonder how much memory it's using. I mean, this is playable, guys. What is this? Yeah, I guess we got this guy. Oh. We lost that.
We have begun our attack on Bravo 2.
I mean, we're running on all those settings, but... over here. Go with something smaller. We're getting kills. Definitely getting kills. So, I'm gonna say we'll lower this to 1600 by 9.
Battle is costing us. We've
We'll
lost half our
go.
strength.
Dynamic resolution off. We'll keep that on. Vertical sync, maybe. Turn it off just to see. We actually didn't get any more frames.
If we don't stop them, they'll take every sector.
Ooh.
Watch out at the marker.
What?
140 degrees. 150
Okay, so we're definitely getting more frames.
Charlie 1 is under attack. The enemy has secured Sector Alpha.
I'm just blown away right now.
Dangerous area. 220 degrees.
Oh no. Zero lag. Like actual connection, not.
Taking sector Bravo.
So let's see if we can go this with apply dynamic resolution. Ooh. We got res. Nice. I will say this, the game does not like the constant changing. So that's not the play. At all. The GPU's having a hard time handling constant shift. So I'd say leave that off, put VSync on, and maybe try 720.
The Russians have sector Delta.
GPU doesn't know what to do.
Do not approach me.
Interesting. But it doesn't like that. Roll that up. Frame rating off. Vertical sync on. Apply. Yeah, so strange. 1080p. It just likes 1080p.
We have enemies attacking Charlie 1. Hostile down! Sector Bravo has been secured. You've conquered more sectors than they have. Keep going.
Objective lost. We need to retake it.
I think we're gonna do future frame rendering and vertical sync. Oof. We are gaming.
Sector Delta's gone to Russians.
So, I'm going to do some more tinkering, but there it is for Battlefield. Definitely is playable. With all the weird features that these games have these days, as far as, I guess, future frame rendering, VSync actually doesn't feel terrible. The game the gameplay itself felt good. On a 60 hertz refresh rate monitor, you probably wouldn't even like notice it. But as far as playing on a 144 hertz, whatever tomfoolery is happening behind the scenes with AMD and its fanciness, I'm just impressed. I actually can't believe that the Opteron is actually utilizing every single core. It just seems crazy. It seems crazy if every single core is getting blasted right now, which is nuts. It's insane. Absolutely insane. And we're using quite a bit of memory too. All right, so there you have it. If you guys want me to try any other games, please feel free. I can always throw up Red Dead or something like that, but I don't think it's necessary. Those games are not going to run well, but I'll do it if you guys want me to. But as you can see, you get anywhere from 80 to 100 and something FPS for 100 plus FPS for Counter-Strike Go on low settings, 1080p. Overwatch is definitely playable. I demonstrated some. I really think you could get used to that, the weird frame timings and stuff. So definitely playable. And EldenRing, not playable. So I mean it is. 30 FPS is what you're going to be gaming with though. But if you're okay with 30 FPS, I guess that's okay. Let me know in the comments below for what other games you'd like me to play, whether it's something old or new. I'm sure we can find something to play. But anyways, thanks for watching. As always, I'm in Tower Cities.